Going on, Jerome's. So, yes, slinging Sam Darnold, America's quarterback, did not have a good game against the Lions. Completed 44% of his passes for $166, 0 goose egg, DeAndre Russell touchdowns. At least he didn't throw a pick. Cool. But just a nut low 55.5 quarterback rating, a season low QBR, and it was just an absolute disaster. It was just not good. And yeah, you can blame O'Connell's play calling. You could blame the interior offensive line, or the offensive line as a whole, frankly. You could blame receivers not getting off of all of the holds against the Lions. But when it comes down to it, Darnold's accuracy, which has been on point all season long, was just gone. Just gone, right? And we've gotten some stick about basically saying that all of the goodwill that Darnold has built up all season kind of went away. Where is it true? Maybe not. Don't know. Does it change his future? How much he's going to get paid in free agency if he leaves? How much he'll get paid if he stays here with the Vikings? Their decision with the franchise tag, what the Vikings could get in a tag and trade situation. Maybe, but I feel like it definitely went down. That's how big that game was, built up in the minds of the media and fans, as well as that's how great googly moogly how awful Darnold was. But Darnold, like we said, has had a phenomenal resurrection season. Former draft bust by the Jets has turned into America's quarterback, slinging Sammy. Love to see it. Ave Darnold. I've seen this on voted candles too. We need that, right? And Darnold, Kevin O'Connell have done some phenomenal things this season, but there still is questions around both of them heading into the playoffs, the second season, the one that really matters. And Darnold now taking on the Rams yet again, head out to Southern California, L.A. kid. And, I mean, Darnold, the face mask gets all of the credit, gets all of the talk and all the high stuff, but Darnold played pretty damn well. And the Vikings marched down, scored touchdowns on the first two drives, were matched by the Rams, but turned in a pretty damn fantastic performance, completing 72% of his passes for 240 and 2, as well as a 128.8 quarterback rating, which is good, pretty damn good. But the question is, how is Darnold going to bounce back? And that is the main thing, because the Lions game was just completely god awful. And if you look, so Darnold's worst games outside the Lions game this year was the Jets over in London, where elements were part of the thing. Plus, I think O'Connell and Darnold were trying a little bit too hard that game because of their former Jets connections, as well as the Jacksonville game, where the Vikings still won 12-7 thanks to John Parker Romo, who should still be on the practice squad. Yeah, but Darnold was just still trying to calibrate how to get the ball to Jefferson without forcing things. But then you look at, so after the Jets game, Darnold played exceedingly well in the first Lions and the first Rams game, right? So he was able to do some things there. A valiant effort, even in a loss, so doesn't get credit for QB wins. But after the Jacksonville game, there was a lot of questions about Darnold. Like, they were ready to turn over Nick Mullins, but say, hypothetically, J.J. McCarthy had been healthy this year, I think that there would have been a huge groundswell to turn the keys over to the kid after the Jacksonville game. That's how bad it was. But then, got to respect it. I mean, Darnold got up and got back after things. 7 straight games, 7 straight wins, and he had 18 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, had a 110 quarterback rating throughout that duration, and was phenomenal. Like, capped by potentially his best game of the season against the Packers, going for 377, 3 touchdowns, 1 bad pick, but whatever. And also sealing things at the end with a game-winning toss to Cam Akers to drain the clock. But now he has to come back from the Lions game. And like we said, it really was not great. But now we get to see what Darnold is made of. And frankly, I'm really happy that this happened in the regular season as opposed to the playoffs. Because could you imagine if this was Darnold's last game? Like Darnold does this in a playoff game, then all bets are off. Like, it better start learning Chinese, buddy. Yeah, but now it is time for the Sam Shank redemption. And it's like the circle of grief, right? And we even said after the game, like, allow yourself some time to be pissed off, some time to cool off, some time to grieve. And yeah, we were supremely pissed, right? And even though we said that, business trip and all that stuff, but the fact how poorly Darnold played, because it was more disappointing, because you could write it off as same old Sam Darnold, like Stephen A. Smith has been doing, but Darnold's played really damn well this season, and it's a huge credit to him that Sunday night was so disappointing because he's raised his level of play up here. So I do think that it is going to be redhead redemption. He's going to get after things and be dialed in for the playoffs. And him being back in California, him wanting revenge for the first Rams game, him wanting revenge for the Lions game, I think that's certainly going to help propel things. And as a Vikings fan, you say it can't get any worse. And I truly believe that. But I think Darnold is 100% going to be back to be an America's quarterback. We have a chance to rewrite the story. Just completely shift things. Full Mo wins. And everything changes, man. So there you go. But your thoughts are our thoughts. Singing Sam Darnold's redemption song. It's all he's ever had. Redemption song. Less of your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.